You did it! You finally moved out of the house and got your own place. Given that you're 30 years old, it's probably about time. Now that you've finally got the privacy of your own apartment, you've invited your best gal over. You made her a nice dinner. Trust us guys, girls love dinners. And then settled in for some Netflix and chill. But suddenly there's a sound at your door. Doing your best to wrestle down your captain's mast, you answer the door and are shocked to find Grandma there. Why, she's come by to congratulate you on your own place, and she's brought some nice sweets for you two to enjoy together as she spends all night giving you sage advice on living on your own. Oh, and your girlfriend's here too. Well, how wonderful, says your grandmother as she shuffles into your kitchenette to put on some tea. Boy, has she got some stories for the both of you. Meanwhile, you're frantically ordering your Vlad the Impaler to retreat, and you've got yourself a full-blown case of blue balls. But what are blue balls exactly? And can they literally turn blue? Blue balls is generally accepted to be colloquial slang for sexual frustration typically experienced by a male. Usually, a male will be said to be experiencing blue balls after being teased sexually or perhaps fully engaged in starting intercourse, only to be rudely interrupted by having sweet old Nana visit completely unexpectedly. The gist is that the release is denied and the man must deal with the leftover sexual frustration on his own. Humans are engineered for sex. Well, all life is, really, since procreation and thus the continuation of the species is the only reason nature gives us for living. Everything else, including poetry, spaceflight, scientific achievements, are what separate humanity from animals. But don't get it twisted, you're here to make more of you. Sometimes that's unfortunate for the rest of us. And nature doesn't care whether you write the world's greatest novel or build Elon Musk's Mars rocket, as long as you get to having babies. In effect, when a male experiences blue balls, he's shouldering the immense pressure of millions of years of evolution crashing down on him all at once. While we have a great deal more self-control than an animal, this frustration can make us remarkably primitive when men experience it. In effect, they've failed to accomplish their evolutionary goal in this world, and in the ancient past, one chance may be all you've gotten. For lots of animals today, one chance is all they have. Don't get us wrong, and we're talking directly to you, the guys now. There's never an excuse to pressure a girl into sex, so don't go using our informative videos as an excuse for why you gotta have it now. You're not an animal, so act like it. We're just trying to explain why men can feel so terrible after being cheated out of sex. However, blue balls can result in very literal blue balls. Epididymal hypertension is a medical condition that results when a male experiences extreme sexual arousal and a prolonged erection without an orgasm. Typically, this is the result of being interrupted during sexual intercourse, though particularly sensitive individuals may experience this condition from prolonged teasing and denial. In these rare cases, the condition becomes less psychological and more physical, with the sufferer experiencing any of the following symptoms in their testicles: heaviness, aches, discomfort and pain, and even a faint blue tint. When a man becomes sexually aroused, more blood is pumped into the penis and testicles in order to get ready for the big show. Veins that typically carry blood back out of the penis and into the body will then restrict, which helps a man maintain an erection. In a normal person, these outgoing veins will relax after ejaculation or a sufficient amount of time has passed, allowing the blood to return to the body and causing the penis to shrink to its normal size. However, for a sufferer of epididymal hypertension, the blood vessels don't relax, leaving the blood trapped in the sexual organs. This is why the condition came to be nicknamed blue balls, as the trapped blood can indeed give a bluish tint to the testicles. Along with Smurf balls, men can also experience mild to moderate pain and discomfort, not dissimilar to the pain felt in the early stages of priapism. Blue balls shouldn't be mistaken with priapism, which has a different cause and effect altogether. For sufferers of epididymal hypertension, the condition will resolve itself on its own and fairly quickly, as soon as the male ejaculates or loses sexual interest. However, priapism can be debilitating and excruciatingly painful. But what's the difference? Sufferers of priapism come in two varieties: low-flow priapism and high-flow priapism. Low-flow priapism is caused by blood being trapped in the erection chambers of the penis, or the places that the blood pools in order for you to stand your General Eisenhower at full attention. Men with sickle cell leukemia, malaria, or other disorders of the blood, which can distort the shape of red blood cells, can suffer from low-flow priapism. Although, alarmingly, the condition can occur unexpectedly in otherwise healthy men, and doctors have no clue why. High-flow priapism is typically caused by injuries to or around the area of the penis. Ruptured arteries can prevent the blood from flowing naturally, trapping blood in the penis. Horror stories of men being kicked hard enough in the Sacha Baron Cohen are known to result in high-flow priapism, along with a whole suite of other terrifying scrotal injuries that we honestly don't even want to get into right now. Rest assured, if you suffer from priapism at any point in your life, it'll probably be from low flow priapism. So what can trigger priapism? Well, blood diseases and scrotal injuries such as the ones we mentioned, but also certain drugs and even insect bites. In Brazil, the Brazilian wandering spider is known to cause extremely painful erections that can last for hours. And we imagine it can also make it really hard to run for help after getting bit. However, drugs such as marijuana and cocaine can also cause priapism. And as we mentioned earlier, scientists are not sure why, but it can strike perfectly healthy men with no history of priapism in their lives. It might sound funny to walk around for hours with your Spurt Reynolds at full alert, but the truth is that priapism can be extremely painful. Also, the blood trapped in your one-eyed milkman doesn't have a chance to circulate and get oxygenated in the lungs. This low oxygen blood isn't able to provide the penis with the oxygen the muscle tissues need to remain healthy and can result in tissue death and long-term damage. Untreated priapism can lead to permanent erectile dysfunction. So no matter how embarrassing it might be, if your super soaker won't return to normal after a reasonable amount of time, you need to get yourself to an emergency room ASAP. Despite popular myths, cold showers or applying ice directly to your Robert Downey Jr. isn't going to do anything. Now go check out what happens to your body while you're having sex, or click this other video instead.